Hello and good evening, doctors. My name is Jagrati from Team M3 India. I would like to welcome you all to the webinar on very important topic of effective digital marketing strategies for doctors. To enlighten us on this topic, we have very well-known speaker who is an expert in medical digital marketing, Dr. Nishant Yagnick. Dr. Nishant is a senior consultant neurosurgeon at Manipal Hospital and Paras Hospital and PNB Training Center in Gurgaon. He has 11 years of surgical experience with a unique neurosurgical skill set other than the wide range of procedures. He has been awarded with the Sir Ratan Tata Award Fellowship for Academic Performance at MBBS, and he has written 3 books on neurosurgery, multiple chapters and textbooks on various neurosurgical topics, and published 25 scientific publications in international journals. A warm welcome to you, Doctor. To all the participants, I request kindly post your questions in the chat box and we shall address them during the question answer session, which will be live. With this, I handing over the session to Dr. Nishant. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Hi, good evening, Jagrati, and thank you, M3 India, for this opportunity. At the outset, I'd like to say that I have given a lot of talks, and this is probably one of my favorite things to talk about because I'm so passionate about it. I will introduce myself and why I have been given this opportunity to talk about digital marketing in just a bit. And I'd like to welcome all the participants to this talk. And let's hope we can have a very, very interesting and interactive session about what is not taught in our MBBS or in our MD or in our MS or in our MCH or DM, but is probably one of the most important pieces of education that every doctor should know. So with that, I'm going to start sharing my screen, and we're going to talk about effective strategies in digital marketing. Hi, I'm Dr. Nishant. So basically, I'm head of neurosurgery in Manipal Hospital in Gurgaon. And my journey is a little different from most people. The educative journey is conventional. I did my MBBS from Karnataka in Manipal. I did my MS in Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital. I did my 1 year of SRship in LNJP to see if neurosurgery actually works. Then I got through PJ Chandigarh and I did my neurosurgery from there. When I came into private practice and I jumped straight from my MCH to private practice at Paras Hospital in Gurgaon, which is one of the top neurosurgery departments, my eyes really opened up to the digital marketing question during the COVID and the lockdown. And that has been the big eye opener for doctors, I think, throughout the country. And why is that? The reason is that suddenly the medical establishment saw a complete shutdown of services. Other than those treating COVID, services like mine, for example, emergency services, were completely affected. Ventilators were not given to stroke patients, they were given to COVID patients. Very obviously, the government wanted to do it. But that didn't mean that people stopped having MIs and they stopped having strokes or they stopped having brain tumors. So when we came to this realization that it is very important for us to have a name for ourselves in the market, that's when I started doing courses on digital marketing. We obviously all had more time during COVID to do this. With the learning that I gained, I started a course called the Power Course. And with the Power Course, I interacted with, even at that time, just around the time of the first lockdown, around 150, 200 doctors across the country in various specialties in various types of practices. And through them and through their queries, I learned even more about what the digital marketing landscape is. And touchwood, it's been doing very well. Now, what was the process for increasing medical practice in the past? There was no process. Basically, you were taught that, okay, you do a good job as a doctor. You go sit down in your clinic, in your OPD, a hospital will give you the opportunity. Slowly, when you treat the patients, you treat them well, they will bring in more patients and then more patients, and slowly you will build the practice. This worked for a very, very long time. The only problem is now that the number of pass outs are so many, the number of people coming into the market are so many, that the game has changed completely. Now, it is not possible for you to just sit in your OPD and expect that your practice will increase fast. Not only that, the person right next to you, just across the street from you, will be doing a much better job than you. Not for because of anything else, but because that person is more easily found online than you are, even if you are a more qualified practitioner. I have now seen departments in which Unit 2 heads with, who are much more junior than Unit 1 heads have better practices because of their utilization of these skills, as opposed to, a simple word of mouth practice. So that is what has changed. And I believe now it's a completely new normal. The new normal is everyone has to come into this field and have at least this basic, I made a very basic education on what digital marketing actually is. So most people think that digital marketing is a Facebook or a WhatsApp post. I have doctors tell me I'm not into posting on Facebook or WhatsApp or any of that. I just like treating my patients. That's well and good. Remember, digital marketing is not an occasional Facebook or WhatsApp post. In the last 2 years, I have built such a significant practice that I almost never post on Facebook. I don't even share WhatsApp groups anymore. It is compounded on itself. So there's a lot of word of mouth as well. But essentially, I've made myself known on Google. People find it easy to find me. If you just Google my name, and most of this talk will have examples from my own practice, just to prove a point, you will find out that it is now very easy to find me, especially if you are in the Gurgaon area. And just that availability of my name online starts them searching about me. And then I will show you how the digital marketing ecosystem that is created helps actually make patients come to me, seek my help, and helps convince them that I am the doctor for them. There are 3 steps to understanding digital marketing, and it's important first to change your perspective. The first step is understanding the medical business model. What kind of business are we actually in? What do you mean by patient acquisition and how does it happen? The second is to understand the digital marketing platforms themselves and what kind of individual opportunity they give us. The third is creating a sustainable automated marketing process. With that introduction, let's start the first part. And I tell doctors that this is actually more important than understanding the digital marketing platforms. Because you know that you can make a post or whatever, but what do you post? What are you supposed to put into it? I'm going to discuss this, and at the end I'm going to discuss the medical legal aspects as well.